G'day trendsetters, how are you today? When is a spinach not a spinach? When it's a silver beet, obviously. A lot of people call spinach silver beets and silver beets spinach. Although they're in the same family, they're two quite, well, they're different, but they also have quite different growing needs. The spinach, or the English spinach, or traditional spinach if you like, is mainly, in my climate here, a winter crop. So you can sow late autumn through winter and you might get a little bit of spring out of it. But you'll probably find as soon as the weather warms up, they just bolt straight to seed and they're not much good. Now, so that's spinach as I know it, English spinach. These two are silver beets. This one here is also called Swiss chard, and this one in particular is a rainbow mix. So I don't know if you can see there, but basically it's just the stem colour that changes. So you've got reds, yellows, pinky type stem there, and that's quite a big growing plant. This one here is called perpetual spinach, but it's also a silver beet. Silver beet, by the way, is very closely related to beetroot. So spinach is in the same family, but it's quite a distant relation. So what I want to do is grow these guys in pots. So we're going to have spinach 3 different ways. And I'll start with this one. This is what they call a perpetual spinach. So out of the 3 of them, this will last the longest. And even though they say perpetual, it's probably still best planted in autumn and probably again planted in spring. You've always got a young plant that's growing vigorously, and if you've got that, your leaves of your plant will taste a lot better. Now this one here, just for the sake of expediency and getting a head start, I've got this, but you can also grow these by seed, which I'll plant some of these in spring and basically just plant them the same way as normal spinach. But this guy here has been multi-planted. There's quite a few little plants in here, but I'm going to separate this one big plant and the rest and plant them on either sides of the pot. This one isn't as vigorous. This is the most vigorous. So I'm only going to, I'll get to that. So just as gently as I can, I will tease these apart. I generally try to undo the potting mix a bit and then just jiggle them around till they come apart with a bit of luck. Alright, so as you can see, I've already filled my pots. These are 30 centimetre pots. They hold about 15 litres of potting mix. So that's 45. These big bags of soil potting mix, which is probably the best potting mix. Also, if you're going to do this, get the best potting mix you can. They're going to be in here for, well, especially these two guys, they'll be in here for 4 or 5 months. So the added nutrient that's already in here should carry them through, plus a little bit of the power feed every 2 or 3 weeks, just for a little bit extra. So, yes, I've already filled these with the bag of potting mix. That's about $18. So we're looking at $6 each here. And the plants, I can't remember what these were, $4. So that's about $10 for these two. This one, the packet of seeds, is only a couple of dollars, or $3 or $4. So about $10 for each pot. So you want to get a few leaves out of them to get your money back, but it's just same as planting any other little plant. You want to plant back to the original level of the top of the potting mix or potting medium that the plant arrived in. You don't want to bury the stem into the potting mix or you'll run the risk of rots. And So that's that one done. That'll keep me in perpetual spinach leaves until spring when I start these other ones from seed. Now this guy here, there is quite a few plants sown in each cell. It's a 6-cell punnet. But I've got a little flower garden just down the way, and I'm going to plant, I'll plant one, just one in here because they're a big plant, so I might even halve it actually. I only need 2 or 3 plants in the middle of this pot to keep me in the silverbeet. But yeah, I've got the little flower garden down there, and I'll plant these. These are quite tall. Like I said, they're quite vigorous. What does it say here? Height to 50 centimetres. And I've got poppies in front, and then I've got pansies in front of that. So I'll put these right up the back along the fence line for a bit of height in the garden. And because of the colourful stems, I'll make a pretty backdrop. But if I want to give some away, or for some reason I want to eat a whole lot of spinach, not spinach, silverbeet, sorry, I can use this. So it's a sort of 2-level thing. But just for the purpose of the pots, I'll just try. There's one here I think doesn't have too many in it. I'll just push him out. So in their infinite wisdom, now these are a big seed generally, so I don't know why they've planted so many into this punnet. Actually, what I'm going to be a bit brutal, I'm going to just pinch them out. So I've got a pink one, a green one, and an orangey looking one there. And again the same, just pull your potting mix apart and pop him in. That's all I'm going to do there. So it's perpetual spinach, silverbeet. Now this one here, this is English Medania, M-E-D-A-N-I-A. I'm not sure of the pronunciation. This is traditional English spinach. The issue I've had, I have already tried planting some of these, and I've probably put in about 20 seeds and I only got 4 little baby spinach up. So what I've done is I've soaked these overnight. I put these in glass of water last night. They've all sunk to the bottom, and I'll just filter them out. So I'm hoping by soaking the seeds overnight I'll improve the germination rate, because 4 out of 20 is pretty ordinary. Now these guys, I'm just going to poke them into the ground about 1 centimetre deep. I don't know what it says on the back of the packet. 1/2 inch, so that's 12 millimetres, yeah, 1 centimetre, okay. And all I'm going to do, I hope you can see this all right, I'm just going to put it on top of the soil and poke it in. That's one, and I'll put them about 2 inches apart, because I only want these for baby leaves, and if I plant them that close they won't take off and get into really big plants. So I'll just pop them all around. Now these hopefully will be up. They take a little bit of time, the English spinach, where, what are we, 2 weeks away from winter, the calendar winter anyhow, not so much the winter. We've had a few cold nights already, which is a little bit early for us. Late May and June can be quite nice, or they can be quite cold, so it's a bit of a roll of the dice. Not that it matters with spinach. So that's about it for planting a variety of spinach leaves in pots. I've got, the reason why I'm doing it in pots is I've got I've got a driveway down here, and on the edge of the driveway there's a wisteria on one side and a whole heap of climbers on the other side. So their roots is into the ground fairly well, and I can't prepare the soil well enough to grow vegetables there, but I can just put these pots down along the edge of the driveway, and that's way I can use a little bit of space, and these guys aren't taking up space in the proper veggie garden, so to speak. Yeah, I just got a few left over. I'll put them in. If I do get a really good germination rate, I'll have to thin them out, but we'll see how we go. If you want, I'll probably put in put a post up on my Instagram, my Veggie Garden Instagram, which you'll find in the description below, as a bit of an update or a progress if you're curious about how they're getting along. So that's it for today. I hope you found that interesting or useful. You can work this into your garden at home. The main reason, like I said, I do it is to save space. I haven't got a big veggie garden. I just poke it in here and there wherever I can. So this is just a way of me saving space, but for proper veggies, and making use of space that I can't grow much else in. So I'll give these a good feed with sea salt, the liquid seaweed emulsion, and see how we go. But yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell so you can be updated whenever I put up a new video, which is no real hard and fast rule, it's just often as possible. And I'll catch you in the next video. So thanks for watching. Cheers. I hope that worked.